I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it.
Alright, very good afternoon to everybody here. Super to see you all. Some of you asking where are you sitting? It looks very royal. That's because I'm in Royal Rajasthan. It is so beautiful here. Just came in this morning. Some of you know I had a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous event yesterday. Thank you for everyone who came. So many of you here came. It was so much fun. The effort you put in to fly in, it was just mind-blowing amazing. I'm still having the hangover of the amount of love that was exchanged in the room. Currently I'm in Jaipur. The reason I'm all dressed up is I've come here to attend a wedding for 2 days. So I have just run up from the function. I'm gonna do the live maybe for 30 minutes today and then run down. I hope that's okay because I have to go for Maira. Marwadi is in the room. You'll know what is Maira. I don't know what is Maira, but it's at 4:30, so I have to run. Okay. Tell me in the chat box if there is any Marwadi. What is Maira? I'm gonna guess it's some. Like for us, we have haldi and then we have roka and we have different functions in Punjabi. So I'm sure Maira is some function in Marwadi. I'm guessing that, yeah? What else am I doing? Oh, I'm eating aam papad. Anybody here loves aam papad? Oh my God, I've been eating imli sweets and aam papad and all of that. Love all of this so much. So enjoying myself. I love attending weddings, you know. There are some people who don't. I'm one of those who gets excited about all of the whole glamorous setups and people being all head to toe dressed up. It's just so much fun. I think there's so much cheer in the energy when there is a wedding and it's such a beautiful union of two people. So for me, I get very excited. All right, now let's see what's happening in Maira is all about the mama's family giving to the mother of the bride of the groom. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, we also have that. In Punjabis, we call it like chuda ceremony. So when the girl wears her chuda, her bangles, that's the time the mamas come in. So I guess all of us have just the same cultural this thing, but only the names are different. So thank you for all of you here who knew what that was. So you know now what I need to go for. The paternal side of the daughter brings gifts. Ah, yes, absolutely. Oh, even I love aam papad. Got them from Jaipur last week. Wow, Archana. Yeah, totally. I mean, I've come here to eat chaat, kachori, lassi. This is my plan. So, free food. So cute. Entrepreneur coach Nitya, free food. Yes. So cute. Lovely. Me too, love weddings, looking awesome. Thank you. All right, let's take a few questions. The Millennial Stage blog is asking, it's how we interpret it. Okay, am I back? Can you all hear me, see me clearly? So I hope you can. If you can hear me and see me clearly, just put hello in the chat box or any emoji to let me know that you can hear me and see me clearly. Yeah? Yeah, so what I was talking about was that if you ever hear a bad news or we think it's bad news, we can actually convert it into good news. What if this job was never meant for you? What if you were only being in it because it had become your safe space and your comfort zone? What if God has a better plan for you, but He needed you to get out of this so that He could offer you that? So every time I receive any news, which like especially I remember in COVID, when COVID hit, I used to run an office where I used to get my clients every day, right? So my entire business shut down for a few months, only for me to realize that Zoom is an option, masterclasses are an option, webinar is an option, group sessions are an option, and so much more opened up. So what could have been really bad news turned into super news, right? Same way, I want you to start to look at this whole losing job thing not as lost, but more as explorer. See if you can explore on this journey and go, you know what, if this has happened to me, this will pass, but what's the good in this? If you can turn this into good, if you can turn this into discovering yourself, exploring what it is that you really wanted to do, because you know what, if you were really meant to belong there, I have a feeling you would have. The truth is neither you were giving in your 100% nor they were receiving what they needed. So this is best that for you now to go and look out for the right job for yourself. I really hope you're going to make the whole full use of this period, because you know what, sometimes when we are not willing to have the courage to go after our dreams, God creates situations in our life for us to go after our dreams. So all the very best, my sweetheart. All right. Yes, can hear you and see you clearly. Fabulous, because it kept saying weak connection, reconnecting. Bhavna Upadhyay, how to be in high vibration majorly. There are a couple of things, Bhavna, that we can do on a daily basis. One is a strong morning routine. I always speak about savers. S for silence, A for affirmations, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading, S for scribing. You do these 6 things every day, you will start to notice your entire vibration changing. To add to this, please put gratitude. That's something I am very passionate about. So every single day, noticing what went right. Our mind is so busy focused on what went wrong that most of the time we forget to notice that to every one wrong, there could be 5 rights, but our mind is not going to focus there, right? So we have to train our mind to focus on the positive. So every single day, see if you can do some gratitude. Then I love doing random acts of kindness. Any sort of random, see, whenever we are kind to someone else, while we think we are being kind to them so their life is getting better, guess who's actually the beneficiary? In being kind to someone else, you put a smile on someone else's face. How can you put a smile on someone else's face and not have a smile on your own? The smile is so contagious, correct? So automatically that comes back and you feel so much more fulfilled and happier, yeah? Also, appreciating and complimenting others. When we appreciate and compliment others, then that energy flows back into our life. So these are the various different ways you can work with your vibration, with your frequency, and you start to do this purposefully. Within 21 days, you will see a big shift, and in less than 90 days, you will start to see the chemicals will start to change in your brain. And I think a year from now, you won't recognize yourself. What will happen to your entire wiring and firing of your neurons will change completely. So highly, highly recommend you do as many of these as possible, my sweetheart. Pavitra Gopinath, how to keep friendships for a long time? I just can't maintain my friendships. Pavitra, friendships is like, what would I say? I think I'd like to say, this morning I was actually listening to a lady called Breen Brown, and she put it very beautifully. She said that each one of us has a flame, okay? That is, let's say, our soul or spirit. We'll describe it like a flame, and it's our job to protect the flame because it's very easy to put out a flame. Would you agree? So all the time we're supposed to protect our flame. and that's friendship. Okay, so they have a flame, we have a flame, and our job is to protect our flame. Now there are some people who come and our flame becomes brighter just being around them, and then there are some people who come into our life who put out our flame. So for me, it's not how long a friendship lasts, but what is happening to my flame when I am with someone. Now, when you start to nurture other people's flames, your flame automatically will start to get nurtured back. And if it doesn't, then that relationship is not meant for long term. So making that choice firstly on who you're choosing is very important. And speak about friendships like flames. There are people who are the blowers, who blow out your flame, and then there are people who are brighters, who brighten up your flame. You want to be surrounded by people who brighten your flame rather than put out your flame. Yeah, that's first. Now, how to maintain a friendship for a longer period of time? Remember, friendship is like season. There are times in our friendship when everything becomes super thick, super pally, super strong, and we feel like we can't do without each other. And then there's a phase which may have a little bit of a reduction in the energy and the enthusiasm of that friendship. Doesn't mean that friendship will not exist. It just means the friendship has stabilized. Okay, and sometimes when a friendship goes from a very high peak to stability, we start to feel like we are losing that friendship. I want you to also just start to notice that, has it reached the stability point, which means when we meet, we connect, it's beautiful, but otherwise it's not as strong as it used to be. Friendships are such. Family is let's say your life is a train. Family are the people who travel all the way till the end of the destination, correct? Friends are the people who get on and get off at different periods of our life. For example, in school, we have different set of friends. College, we have different set of friends. When we get married, we get a new other set of friends. And friendships are people get on in some station, people get off in some station. Yes? So I want you to start to look at friendships more from that point of view. The friendships that last, then are meant to, but any kind of trying to make a friendship last longer than what it should, I'm not a big believer of long-lasting friendships. Fortunately or unfortunately, I am more a believer of the quality of friendships that you have while you have them. So start to focus on quality rather than time period, because I've noticed that sometimes when we try to keep our friendships longer than what they should have been, they turn toxic. I wish some of my friendships I had released much earlier in my life than waiting till it turned toxic. So my suggestion to you will be more around the fact that notice the quality of the friendship rather than keeping it for a long period of time. Having said that, treat it like a plant once you have it, which means you need to daily sunlight it, soil should be good, watering should be good, fertilizers should be good. So as much as you nurture a friendship is as long as it will last. And if the other person decides not to nurture it, don't stay in that relationship, my sweetheart. It's time to move on. The person has gotten off your train. It's time to find other people to get onto your train. Hope that helps you, Pavitra. I know I've not directly answered your question, but I want you to look at friendships in a little different manner. Emily, hi Puja, what was your event in Chennai about? Emily, so I have how you join my tribe is through a session called Masterclass. Okay, this happens normally over the weekends and it's a 3-hour session. And for those people who land up joining this session of mine, if they want to continue the journey with me, they go on a 2 days journey with me. And from that 2 days, they'll end up joining a 3 months program. This is what we call our level 3. So everybody who graduates from my level 3 gets to meet me personally through this event. So the graduation ceremony every 3 months is my live event. So in case anyone's interested in actually meeting me or really enjoyed the stories that I have shared today and would love or is aspiring to come and be a part of my beautiful, amazing goddess tribe, then I highly encourage you to become a part of my level 3 programs. My level 3 programs are either called coaching certification, where you want to become a coach, or enlightenment, where you work on your own goddess energy and start to live the best version of yourself. So whether you're interested in enlightenment or in coaching certification, either of the two takes you to this event. So hope that was clear, Emily, and I can tell you what a fantastic time we had. Rather, anybody here who was there yesterday, do share in the comment box how was your experience. Even I would love to read some of the comments on how was your experience yesterday of the event. Really, I can tell you from my heart, I am feeling so fulfilled, so happy, so really, like, when you know that for 3 months the kind of hard work your tribe has put in, they so deserved the celebration that we had yesterday. Jai Lakshmi, ma'am, how to stop gossiping? Jai Lakshmi, I have a few layers to this, okay? So the first thing I do when I want to stop gossiping is I ask myself, why am I feeling the need to put someone else down to feel better about myself? To me, that is one of the most essential and most important question to ask yourself if you want to stop gossiping. What is my need to put someone else down so that I can feel better about myself? Because remember, gossiping is just basically judging someone else for doing something that you may or may not do. Yes? So you want to start to first focus on that. And then I'll ask myself, what do I need to do to increase my self-esteem that I don't feel the need to criticize someone else? Another beautiful question to ask yourself. And then anytime there is gossiping happening, I choose to just keep quiet. Some people like to walk away. I don't walk away because who am I to even judge the people who are gossiping? If that's what they need to feel better about themselves, please go ahead. So I'm not someone who removes myself. I am someone who just chooses to stay quiet. I do not participate. When the topic changes or when the conversation moves on, I'll participate. But if anybody's criticizing someone, okay, that's your point of view. I don't need to agree or disagree. Yes? So see if you can try to do these 3 things. One is ask yourself, if you're the one gossiping, ask yourself, what is this? Why are you feeling the need to do it? Yeah. Secondly, also just start to ask yourself, what can I do to improve my self-esteem to a point where I don't have to criticize someone else? And thirdly, see if you can start to keep quiet. The real truth is, the more evolved we get, the more we don't feel the need to disrespect the opposite. The more evolved we get, the more we don't feel the need to disrespect the opposite. What does that mean? Basically, we are okay with everybody, no matter how they are. I may judge a color. I can just see a beautiful pink building opposite me, but it's like a completely mithai pink building, okay? And I can totally sit and judge this building, or, who would choose a color like that? Or I can say that, there's a story around Jaipur being the pink city, because at one point I think one of the kings commanded every house to be painted pink. I can't remember the original story, and you know what, how beautiful that he made such a unanimous decision of his city starting to look all pink and everything. And I can move into that energy, or I can go, ये कैसा color है भाई building के लिए, कौन रखता है अपने घरों को pink? It's up to me, right, where I want to put my thought. So every time you see a judgment crossing your mind, don't judge yourself for judging. Just change the thought. Okay, personally I may not like this pink, but let's find out. Anytime you're judging someone and you find out a little more detail. I remember my father telling me this very beautifully. He said, Puja, when you're disinterested in something or you're judging something, it's because you don't have enough information on it. The minute you will dig deeper, you will get to know the person better, or you'll get to know the thing better, and you'll see your judgment will change completely. So I highly recommend, anytime in life you're gossiping a lot, go speak to that person and find out how that person is. Go get your own analysis versus the group analysis, and you'll see your perspective changing. Yeah. God bless you, Jai Lakshmi, and thank you for being so honest in asking such a beautiful and courageous question. Dr. Shalini Nidesh, how to overcome the fear of success and overwhelm? I love that. So Shalini, I would love to know, what all are your fears of success? Is this the success that, I'll become too rich, too much money? What if I change? Will I be greedy? Will I not remain humble? What is your fear of success? Firstly, note all of your fear of successes down, that, okay, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm feeling. and then start to go, okay, when this happens, what will I do to not feel that way? Like, I can tell you, one of my biggest fears of success was, what if my children get neglected? That was the scariest thought for me, that, you know, okay, I will become super successful, but what's the point of my success if the most important things in my life get neglected, right? And then I wrote down, what are the 5 things I'm going to do to make sure that doesn't happen? And I started to focus on that as so much that I realized actually the quality of my relationship with my children improved tremendously after I started working rather than before. Before, I was still on my phone or on the TV and everything, because while they were very important, I was taking this relationship for granted because I was home all the time. It's only when I stepped out that I needed to give this relationship extra importance, and then everything changed, right? So like that, I'd love for you to start to think in your life, what are your fears of successes, and see if you can start to come up with a different story around those so that you can kill that fear. You have to become bigger than your fear, right? One of my fears was, what if I don't remain humble? What if all of the success goes to my head? So I remember running to my teacher, mentor, Jack Canfield, and saying, what if I don't remain humble? He said, Puja, the fact that you're asking this question tells me that you value your humility. Of all the things you will change, this is not one of the things you will let change, because look at how aware you are of it. That you're so hyper aware that you are even worrying about it before you even become successful. God give you this problem. He said this to me, like, God give you this problem, that where you have to worry about that you're that successful that you have to worry about being humble. That's a beautiful place to be in. And that he rephrased it for me in a manner that became so beautiful. Yeah. So look at all of that. As far as overwhelm is concerned, Shalini, very important is to start to put things on paper. I feel like till the time we keep things in our head, we tend to land up getting far more overwhelmed. When we put it on paper, we can actually structure and strategize. The minute we'll structure and strategize. So what I love doing is, let's say I have a project. Let's say I'm launching some program. So I'll call it Project Awakening, okay? And then in Awakening, I need to get my website done. I need to get my logo done. I need to get my branding done. I need to get the course done. I need to get my PPTs done. And I'll make a list of everything that I need to get done. And then I'll put easy, medium, hard in front of each one. And I'll take the 5 of the easiest things and get into action. Overwhelm gets killed when you move into action. So you want to make sure you move into action. When we have too much to do, the easiest way to do anything is to chunk it down. They say you cannot cut a big tree with just one shot, right? You have to keep on chopping. One axe at a time, one axe at a time, one axe at a time. So you have to also realize you have to get one thing done. Suddenly a day will come where you'll wake up in the morning and you'll say, oh, there's nothing more to do. And what a fabulous feeling that will be, yeah? Hi, which filter are you using currently? I think it's called Priyanka. I'm not too sure, but I think it's called Priyanka or Priyanka. Just check it. It's a blue shirt lady as the picture. Pretty much looking exactly like how you are looking, Suchi. Anita Gupta, how do you manage between your events and family functions? You know, Anita, for me this year, my challenge to myself is exactly that. Up until now, the last 2 years, because of COVID, the entire focus has been building my business, and I've really enjoyed doing it. But now suddenly with the world opening up, and for those of you who know me closely, and I think Anita, you do definitely, I absolutely love traveling. So if travel will start to come between my work and me, then I will not like my work as much. So very important thing that I'm going to achieve this year, or I'm trying to achieve this year, is to ensure that no matter where I am in the world, I continue to work, because I love my work and I love my travel. So I remember asking this question to one of my mentors. His name is Dr. D. Martini, and he's absolutely fabulous. If you've not heard of this man, please Google him. Please go watch his videos. He is brilliant with especially the concept of values. So I was asking him that my values are in conflict. I love my work and I love my family. So how do I balance both? And his reply to me was, anytime you value things, they can never be in conflict. So you have to come up with a way to make sure there is no conflict between the two. And I was like, really? They are not in conflict? He's like, absolutely not. You have to just find the route to it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to find a route to it. So he said, can you work while you travel? I said, yes. And he said, and what's stopping you from doing that? I said, nothing. So he's saying, then why are you making it opposite? Why don't you start to thank God instead that you can work from anywhere? So you don't even need to sacrifice one for the other. I was like, okay, all right, I can do that. And from that day onwards, I can tell you, traveling has become so easy for me because I'll get out of an event. Next morning, I'll take a flight. I'll be sitting somewhere. I'll be doing my master classes. I will be doing my Insta lives. It doesn't even matter anymore because I'm trying my best to marry these two. Will I be successful? I'll tell you by the end of the year. For now, I'm loving it. You know, honestly speaking, the fact that my first love is travel. And now I almost started to feel like, you know, my mission is to give back everything that God has so kindly given to me. So I must learn to marry these two if I truly want to enjoy both of them equally. If I have any one and only one, I know I will miss the other. If I only travel and not have work, I think I won't be puja incomplete. It won't be holistic. And if I'm only working and no travel, even that won't make me happy. So I have a feeling this year is dedicated to marrying these two. Please pray for me that I'm able to do so because, you know, that will be so fabulous. Jai Lakshmi 22. Ma'am, how to grow my heart? Beautiful question, Jai Lakshmi. I have spent years working on this. So trust me when I say this, that I know how to do that. And I'm going to tell you in a moment. So I believe that each one of us has two personalities. One is our reaction personality and one is our response level personality. Okay, I also call this the experiencer and the observer. I even call this the ordinary and the goddess. I even call this Puja and Mother Teresa. You can name the two in whichever manner you want to. So what does Puja feel like doing at that point? What would Mother Teresa do if she was sitting instead of me? What would an ordinary person react to this situation? How would a goddess react to this situation? And I can tell you every day, for every small thing, I started to ask myself this question: how would Mother Teresa do this? How would a goddess do this? How would the best version of myself do this? And chose that better decision. I chose to keep quiet when I could have fought. I chose to stand up for myself when I could have kept quiet. I chose to, and I kept making better decisions. And as I kept making better decisions, I started to fall in love with me. And the more I fell in love with me, the more the size of my heart started to grow, because the deeper your acceptance for yourself, the deeper your acceptance of others. Let me repeat that. The more you fall in love with yourself for the kind of things you keep doing in your life, the more your heart grows. And as your heart grows, as you start to deeply accept who you are in a complete manner, the more you are able to accept others. If you are able to accept your flaws and your awesomeness both, trust me, you will be able to do the same to others. So see if you can start to every day just choose better. Choose better. Choose that better way of responding. Choose that better way of being. Let go of that pettiness. Let go of what other people are doing. You know, there was this story where this Pandit ji was picking up all the scorpions or crabs or something and throwing them back in the water to save their lives. And every third crab was biting him. And so someone said, Pandit ji, why are you, throwing these crabs back into the water when they are biting you? So the Panditji said, they are not changing their personality for me. So why should I change my personality for them? Their personality is to bite. My personality is to save. So if they are not willing to change themselves, why should I change myself? And I thought this was such a powerful lesson, because so many of us tend to react in a manner with others how they have treated us. If they treat us well, we will treat them well. If they treat us badly, then what are we doing? We are going on changing our own self for others. Bad people, we will become bad. Average people will become average. Good people will become good. But why? Why not choose our own personality and continuously keep responding in the manner that suits us most? So if we are a nice human being, even to bad people, we will still choose to be nice. And you know what? It's fine that, because I always say this, whenever in life you encounter something where the balance is not there in the energy exchange, which means you were good but they were bad, then God is carrying that debt for you. And then He has to do good in your life. So you will start to get a lot more luckier. Anytime somebody does wrong to me, I don't wait for them to make it right. I say, God ji, you owe me this one. Now you do some miracle in my life, and I can even tell you which miracle I want, because now you owe me one, because that person hasn't balanced it out. And when you start to change this whole, the badness of other people, you stop expecting other people to be like you. I always say, I spent a lot of money to improve my personality. I'm not even waiting for now others to change. I am so busy building my own self with my relationship with my God, that if you are great, please be a part of my life. And if you are not, I hope energetically, automatically our frequency will be such that either you will move away or you will rise to meet me. One of the two will happen. Nobody can connect with people who are 5 steps below them or 5 steps ahead of them in their frequency. So, Jai Lakshmi, all the very best as you grow your heart, my sweetheart. Just start to choose better every day. A day will come, you will become that better or bestest self. Yeah? Madhu Flair, I have been doing your goddess routine puja and it is just wow. I'm so proud, Madhu, to even hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. God bless you. Sana, being highly sensitive person yet with an active social life, how to deal with practical tips? Sana, firstly, I want you to know that being highly sensitive is a beautiful quality. A lot of times, especially the masculine world, we are considered as if that being sensitive is a bad thing. I cry very easily. I'm extremely emotional. I'm extremely sensitive. Things hurt me really fast. And even in watching a movie, if you see me watching a movie, you'll think pagal hai Puja, because I can literally just think of that whole thing as really it's happening to that person and emotionally totally get involved. Having said that, yes, how to deal with it practically is just by you thinking of, just one second. I thought someone's come. No one's come. Something must be happening outside. So I just want you to start to think of, okay, can you start to ask yourself better quality questions? So once I know that it's a movie, I can tell myself, no, okay, Puja, relax, it was just a movie. One of the things I have started to do, because I'm highly sensitive, is I've started to say, this is the journey God wants me to take. So whenever somebody comes into my life that is a disguised angel or a poking person, disguised angel is basically a person who on earth looks like they want to harm or hurt us, but actually the truth is they've come to teach us the lessons we need to learn for us to grow on planet Earth. Okay? So any disguised angel comes into my life, or any person who started to poke me or say things to me, or I feel misunderstood or I feel judged, I just start to ask myself, what's the lesson here? So it's turn your sensitivity into lessons. That if you are feeling touchy about it, or if you are feeling hurt about it, what is it that you need to learn? Maybe you need to learn to become stronger. Maybe you need to learn to not give people so much weightage. Maybe you need to take your power back. Maybe you need to stand up for yourself. Maybe you need to set boundaries. There are lessons there, Sana. I just want you to go look for them. That what could it be that God's trying to teach you, because of which you have a sensitive heart. I have an extremely sensitive heart, and I can tell you, I've really had to learn to become strong. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same. And my strength does not come from becoming uncaring. Sometimes we feel like, okay, then I won't care. That's not my style of handling sensitivity. My style of handling sensitivity is, how can I continue to care without getting hurt? How can I continue to still care without getting hurt? And I'll tell you what is the magic formula for that. Change your expectation. The magic formula to be able to continue to care without getting hurt is, if you just stop expecting others to do things for you. If you just stop expecting, if you change your expectations, it doesn't hurt anymore, and yet you can still continue to love. I don't know how much of this you've understood, because it's slightly deep for an Insta live, but I hope some parts you're able to take away. Yeah? God bless you, my Jan. Monica Daswani, I want to support my husband and his growth, but does that mean compromising on our family time every day? I feel hurt and guilty at the same time. Monica, honestly speaking, there is always a price to pay for success. Always. Okay, so anytime a client comes into my office and they go, Puja, I want to be on the cover of the Forbes magazine and I want to achieve $1 million company and I want this, and I simply ask them, I said, you know what, your goals don't impress me. The price that you're willing to pay is what will impress me. And they say, no, but Puja, I can't not go to pick up my children every day. I have to pick up my children from school every day. I said, then forget the dream of Forbes under 30. Because you know what, there is always a price to pay. So the most important question you have to ask yourself, Monica, is, let's say this journey is about 5 years or 2 years or 3 years. What can you do that without breaking the string, have it just stretched? Have the string stretched, but don't let it break. So yes, there will be times when your family time may get compromised, but you may land up spending a lot more time with your husband because of the growth and support that you're giving him. You may land up joining him at work, and therefore you start to support him through that. So you have to look for what is the best solution in your situation. I think for me, of course, I always say this, that if you really want your spouse to love you back or to love you, the most bestest thing you can do is make a list of everything they love and encourage them to do it. You know, there was a time in my marriage where my husband used to come back home at 8 or 9 at night, and then he would say, okay, sweetheart, I'm going to the gym for an hour. And I said, do you not love me? I mean, first you come home so late and now you want to go to the gym, or you want to go with your friends, or you want to, I mean, hello, I also exist. Do I not exist for you? And then a time came where I realized that, you know what, everything that gave him joy, I was actually removing. So by the time, even if he was attending to me, what kind of attendance is he going to give me if he has no joy? You think he's going to give me joy? No, सड़ी हुई शक्ल के साथ मैं क्या dinner पे जाके करूँगी? Do you know what I mean? So very important it became that I start to support him, but in return I started to tell him what it is that I needed. And one of the things I needed was Wednesday dinners. I used to tell him, once a week you must take me out for dinner and let me just blabber out everything that I want to tell you. And that became a ritual. I think it's close to almost 10 years we've been going for dinner every Wednesday. If we are in town in Chennai, 100% we will go somewhere or the other. So apart from, of course, COVID. So that has been a great balancer for me. See, look for what are the ways you can balance out, you know. While you want to support your husband, you don't want to give up on him, right? In the process of supporting and encouraging him. So what is it that you can get in return which will help you sustain this for a longer period of time? Because what's the point that by the time he becomes successful in his journey or in his career, you are so bitter that his success means nothing to you. You don't even want that to happen, right? So learning to first figure out what is the price you're willing to pay and what is it that he needs to compensate to you for you to remain energetically happy and joyous, because without your happiness and joy, his journey is not going to be great either. So I don't know if I've answered the question, but there are many pieces that you need to think about and maybe have a direct communication with him on it, so that both of you get what you need while you go on this very long journey of an amazing, successful career for him. God bless you. Lekha Harish, I have been contacted by a long lost friend and he's being very nice. It gets me excited, but I don't know how to interpret it. Practically, in my husband have a very dry relationship. Lekha, I understand what you're asking me, my sweetheart, because you know what? Anytime in our life when someone comes into our life, in the beginning, it's all very exciting. You see, all of us deep down have relationships now which are either dry or they've stabilized or they don't have that zing anymore. Right? And so when someone else gives us that spark or zing, for some time it's very, very exciting. Now, how to interpret it is to draw your own boundaries and your own lines. That is very, very important. Like, we have a few rules between Puneet and me which work for us. For example, we know each other's passwords on our phone. We don't delete our messages. We know who all we are in touch with in the opposite sex. So the more rules you have with each other, we know what is okay for my husband. I know what is okay for my husband. He knows what's okay for me when he is with the opposite sex, and we've had these communications, and it's very helpful. Now, if you can't have these communications, draw your own boundaries, right? One thing I will tell you, phone is a very dangerous space, because it's the easiest way to have an affair. So one of the rules I have is that never get onto WhatsApp with a person that is extremely exciting and zingy. You want to be very, very careful about that, because it'll start out very innocently. I'm sure no one has the intention to go out and have an affair. I'm not saying, when I say no one, means at least those who are in a space where they shouldn't or can't. So then, you know what, very quickly this can escalate into reaching a place where you yourself will be surprised, how did I land up here? So unless you're intentionally wanting it, my recommendation is that this is a good time to retreat or to set very clear boundaries. And if those boundaries are not met, then my suggestion is to give up that relationship, because is it worth it? The very most important question is, if he ever finds out, is it worth it? Okay, now let's say you are in a relationship and there's a beautiful TEDx talk on monogamy and what it means for different people and different marriages. Some women are okay with their husbands even going to strip clubs. Some are not even okay with them going to mujras. Some are not even okay with their man even looking at a woman or admiring another woman. So it all depends on where you are in that spectrum of. And if for your husband this is comfortable and you're just simply asking me just to understand it better, that should I or should I not or whatever, then that's a conversation you need to have with yourself. That is this something that you've attracted into your life because you've been wanting it and it wasn't coming to you through, your needs were not being met through your own man. So you have to really examine all of this and see where it takes you, my sweetheart. The only thing I want you to do is do it very consciously with a lot of awakened wisdom, which I know you have, so that at no point you start to feel like ye maine kya kar liya or how did I reach here. Just at every point ask yourself, what's the consequence and am I willing to pay it? If the answer is yes, then this is no, I don't have any moral judgment on these things. I would rather just have decisions that need to be made so that no one else gets hurt in the process. You want to be very sensitive that tomorrow if you were on the receiving end and if your relationship is such that it allows you to be with this person, then go have some fun. What's the harm, in case that's an okay situation for you and your spouse. So you really have to measure this. But I am going to say every step should be made very cautiously, because I don't want any one of us getting into trouble because we didn't realize what we were doing and we got carried away with the, God made it like that, right? Biologically, we were created to get swayed when those chemicals start to churn in our body. So just know that biologically we were made like that, and to be controlled, marriages were made. So we are fighting our biological side. Chanchal Chiran, there can be low energy days for all. Should we accept it and take a break, or think positively and try and change the energy to be more on the higher side? Which would be your suggestion? Chanchal, my answer to that is both. Some days I just allow low energy, especially if I'm PMSing or I know that it's a chemical locha in my body. I just allow it to pass. Sometimes I like to fix it because I know that, it's the kind of day where I need to create my own joy. Nothing from outside is going to be able to fix it. So I make that special effort. I do those extra things. I'll write 50 gratitudes instead of 5 and I'll fix my energy. So you have to really know which day is for what. And as you keep doing it, you'll realize that some days, even after writing 50 gratitudes, I'm not able to fix it. Then I just, surrender to that. Today I'm sitting in bed with my hot water bottle, watching Netflix and letting it just pass, because I'm not able to fix it. Some days, magically in the morning, I just do a 2-hour morning routine and I'm back in my high energy. So I'm going to leave it for your wisdom to decide what works best for you. Yeah. Love your lipstick. Which one is it? It's actually a filter. So Priyanka is the name of this filter, which has this very beautiful red color that comes onto your lips. All right, let's go right to the bottom. Oh, it's already 4:45. I want to read out even the winners of today's challenge. You know what the drill is. What did you learn today? I would love to hear. Take a picture and then, of course, let me go right to the bottom. Wow, I was right on top. There's so many messages. Private ACC. Can you read my message? Yes. I'm going to go right to the bottom so that I have the latest. Oh, Lekha, you're too sweet. God bless you, my sweetheart. 444 it was, and I saw that. Yes. Okay, let me very quickly open so I can read out the winners. Yeah. So last week winners, for those of you who posted in your story, it is Aditi_Ashish Kumar, Devika wins, the Khushbu.s, Swati Singh Shukla, Gargi Arya, Anita Gupta, Megha Kapoor's, Shamanjeet Mindset Mentorship NLP, Anshu Chopdekar, Ujjwala Madhvi 15. And these were the participants, and the winners are Divya AGV, the Power Quotient, Shweta G Mahapatra, and Innovative Tarot by Trupti. If any one of you is here, massive congratulations. So happy to see you all winning. If you want to participate in this challenge and win my book, then all you need to do is take a picture of me right now. I'm going to pose a little elegantly, not thumbs up today because I'm so overdressed for that. Okay, so I'm going to pose elegantly. Take a picture and do put your takeaways for today. What did you learn, or what has opened you up, or what was your aha moment, or what was your light bulb moment? Do let me know. I would love to share that in my stories. And if we land up sharing that in your story, you automatically become a participant. And if you become a participant, then out of that we choose 3 winners. Okay, my sweethearts? So quickly, I'm posing. Take a picture. Which angle? Which angle do you like? This one's better? This one? No, the bottles are coming. Alright, I think that should be done. Fabulous. Take a picture. Do put it. I was supposed to run in 30 minutes. It's already 45 minutes. So do share what was your aha moment for the day. Yeah? Or share anything. Just share. Okay? I want all of you to post on your stories. There are 184 of you. I want minimum at least 50 of you to be taking a picture and putting it on your story. Come on. Why should only you get benefited from all that I say? Why don't you spread this message? Okay, so help me do that. Also, once I post this on my wall, do go and comment under this, either your aha, or if you want to tag someone that they should also come and watch this. If you found something useful today, tag it there and tell that person, go watch this. It was very interesting and this is the portion I loved. Yeah? Can you do that? Fabulous. Sarina, Puja, you are too cute. Missed meeting you yesterday and I love you. Sarina, I missed you so much. We had specially wanted to announce that we are going to have Sarina specially fly down from Zambia, and it was going to be so fabulous, but I know you are occupied with things which are really important, and I just want to send you my blessings. May all that you are doing work out for you, and then not to worry, sweetheart. I know sooner than later we are definitely going to meet in person. RTI content writer joined for the first time. Welcome, my sweetheart. So happy to have you here. For anybody who are first timers today, special kisses to all of you. So nice to have you. Aparna Ganesh, big hugs. Big hugs to you too, Aparna. So nice to see you here. You're such a champion. For those of you who don't know Aparna Ganesh, I highly recommend go follow her. She's such a lovely person and also doing such fabulous job of teaching how to make videos. Somebody I highly recommend. I experienced her through Super Speaker and she was just marvelous. When will you start in person? Jasmine, honestly, it's going to take me some time. I almost have a waiting list of 20 people right now, close to 20 people right now, if not exactly 20, who are already in line waiting for my one-to-ones to start. But now, because of my travel and because of all of the various other commitments, it's getting harder and harder. But something very exciting is going to happen in the next month. Within the next month, I am going to be at some point launching my coaching company, where I'm going to have a collection of coaches who are going to start to coach on my behalf, because they've trained under me to coach exactly like me. If that sounds exciting, do put exciting in the comment box. I'd love to know your reaction to that, because I'm very, very excited about it. These trainers have been training under, some of them over a year, some of them in the last 6 months. But I can tell you the kind of hard work they have put in to be able to do the kind of work I do. I am very, very thrilled and slightly nervous, because I really want this to work, because I can tell you I get so many DMs on Instagram where people need help, and there's only so much I can do. So I think it's time for me to now light other people's candles, so that they can go light other people's candles, so that they can go light other people's candles. So I am really excited, and whenever that does start, for anybody here who believes that one-to-one coaching is the way forward, I'd love for you to be in touch with us. This is going to happen within the next 1 month. Oh, Jasmine, if that is something you're very keen on doing, do call up. Gunjan will be sharing her number underneath. Just let Gunjan know, and we'll fix an appointment with you to see how we can take it forward. Rather, anyone here, we'll put you on the waiting list. I don't think it should take more than a month or maximum 2 for me to get set. And if you're willing to wait, I'll be happy to be there for you, Jasmine. All right, I've got to run. I know I had said 30 minutes, but I've gone actually 52 minutes. So good, great that you could keep me this long. Just see how much I love you, so you know that. Take care, everybody. Bye. Ciao. Don't forget to share this on your stories. Don't forget to comment below. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next Wednesday from some other city. Loads of love. Bye.